not the tray, but like the pickup.
Oh, with the style side bed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They actually come out like that in Australia, like this.
But every time I've gone on the Hilux like configurator,
Yeah.
the only way to get a single cab is with a cab chassis.
On a new one now. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if they do make tubs these days.
Yeah, I don't think they do. Not a single cab.
Back then, they would all come out with tubs, although they were all option too.
So
You could buy them either with a tub or cab chassis.
is it like pretty stock?
Yeah,
I mean, I can
considering
tell
that, yes.
I can tell the wheels are like different and new.
Yeah, so
shinier.
those wheels are actually, well, they're aftermarket wheels, but then they are the same style as an AU Falcon. I reckon.
Okay.
So I actually bought them off a bloke who had an AU Falcon.
Cool.
But then that front end is an SR5 front end as well. So this was only like a standard, as you'd call it, an SR Hilux.
Uh-huh.
So then that bumper's been painted, chrome bumper, SR5 headlights, SR5 grille, stuff like that, SR5 mirrors.
I see. So it's like, all right. So it's like an appearance package. Kind
Yeah,
of.
basically. Yeah, just change a few things on it.
Cool.
Just
Thanks,
to make
man.
it look better. No worries.
Well, you're the Sandman expert.
Oh, you had one.
But it was halfway through the HQ range.
Opposite the...
73, 72, 73.
January 74 they started.
Yeah, right.
For 9 months till September.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah.
So this is like
Crank your
an
phone up if
original
you want
set.
to, of course.
No.
I never looked at it.
Malcolm is the original Sandman. He's the only one wealthy.
So there's,
by Chrysler hardtop. Now see if he can do it all the way down.
now there's a proper
This is the Belmont.
Just saying, a formal day. I was in the Land Cruiser.
Series 60, probably, or 318 at least.
Guys from
They were just, well, these were called, by then, by 76, they were called...
Lit it up around the roundabout, down past
the
St.
Belmont
Bridget's,
name had been
round the
dropped.
roundabout, and
But
into
the
Gawler
Sandman
South
came
Club rooms
about
for our
because
followers.
Holden-
Oh, righto.
Someone at Holden
We sucked
saw
smoke
an
for
opportunity
3/4
to
of the
make
day.
serious money,
Yeah, righto.
because that was the days when the youth market was just starting to be tapped, and they
I wish my Monaro
actually
was.
produced a budget build called
So
an
this
SS.
is like an original set.
253 4-speed sedan. And that sold straight away.
As original Sandman.
The whole run sold. Bright paint, very simple, bright paint, Pontiac wheels. But this is a Belmont wheels, or by the time it got to this Pontiac wheels, series, the HX series 6. They were just, well, these were called by then, by 76.
To keep doing this, so then they said, what
They were
about
called
Peterborough and Youth?
Holden Youth.
So
The
the marketing
Belmont
people
name had
went,
been dropped. But the
a good
Sandman
time
came
roll.
about because Holden,
Oh, righto.
someone at Holden
the
saw an
logo,
opportunity to make serious money.
aimed at youth,
Because that was the days when the youth market was just starting to be
banana
tapped.
yellow,
And
wild
they actually
purple.
produced a budget build called an SS, which was a
Mandarin
253 4-speed sedan. And that sold straight away. The whole run sold.
Salamanca red.
Salamanca red, so very bright,
Very
vivid
simple,
colours.
bright
paint,
Big stickers.
Pontiac wheels.
Very 70s
steel.
groovy kind of font used on the
These
stickers.
are Pontiac wheels.
and they all sold what they were doing before. And they
Which
said,
they were
well, we
just
can make
using
some money
to
if we
sell
keep
them
doing
to
this. So
tradesmen.
then they said, what about
Tradesmen would
Peterborough
buy
and
them.
Youth?
To
So
pull all their
the marketing
tools in
people
and go and do jobs like bricklayers
That's a
and
good time
plumbers
to
and
roll.
builders.
Became there.
And that market was always there.
The
But
logo
Holden saw another market to use the same
aimed
bodies,
at the youth,
not have to
bright
build anything
colours.
new. Use the
banana
same
yellow
ute and panel van
wild
body that
purple
the
and
tradesmen would use to sell off to Mandarin youth, red. and that became a huge success. The other red. So then Ford copied
Salamanca red.
Salamanca red, so very
Chrysler
bright
Chrysler
with a
Drifter.
drifter.
Hey Terry, so this is not a Beetle?
That's not a Beetle.
Okay.
So it's a Type 3.
All right.
1971 Type 3. It's the second body of the Type 3. So they started in 63 with the earlier, more rounded nose.
Okay.
And they were called a 1500S. This is a 1600 twin carb.
I see. And it's still a flat four?
It's still a flat four. Whereas a Beetle has a big air cooler housing on the top of the engine. This is flat, and the fan is on the end of the crankshaft.
So can you pop the front?
Yeah, I can pop the front for you. Hopefully there's not a heap of shit in there. You want to see what's there?
Yeah, well.
And I can show you the back too. Well, that might take a little bit more. Just flick that one at the moment. So the old advert used to be, look, no motor. And you'd be amazed how much you can put in there.
Yeah, it looks
I
pretty
mean,
wide.
Yeah, that we go shopping and fill that.
Because
no drama.
my dad had like a Porsche Boxster, and there was
Yep.
nothing as big as these.
That's it. There's no room. So that's the front end. But I always get a laugh because I go shopping, and then I pop the back end and put the rest of the shopping
Oh
in
my
there.
goodness, there's more space.
So there's another storage.
Huh? Is it because the flat floor's so low?
Yep.
All right.
So take a couple of things out of the way, and that will get you. This is the only problem with it. You've got to unpack the car to get to the engine.
Oh, okay. I see.
That won't clip up, I don't think, because it's. It might do. See how we go. So hidden away underneath, I'll put my hand on it, is the little flat floor. So the fan's down here instead of up there,
I see.
which makes it very compact. Twin carbs.
And you were talking about the heat earlier?
Yep, so they've got off of the, you can't really see it, but off of the exhaust, they've got like another housing, and the airflow, the heat from the exhaust pipe heats the air in there, so you're not getting exhaust fumes, and that goes up through and along the sills of the car are hollow, and there's 2 little vents near your feet,
Oh, okay.
and 2 and under the seats.
I see.
And when you open that up, it's hot because it's pure engine air.
I see.
So yeah, they're a warm little car. But no, it's I'm a Holden man from forever. My missus bought Volkswagen,
Oh, I
and
see.
now I've got Volkswagens.
I see.
You put one in the yard, they breed.
So what's the story with this car?
So yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is my purpose-built burnout car. So it's an XF Falconer Ute with a 302 Windsor. Fully built, basically purpose, not street driven, anything like that. Predominantly do burnout comps, some driving events like go to Woe, Motorcana, little things like that. But obviously it's set up for optimum full speed at revs. So,
Because I need your diff.
Does it have
Oh, no, then she'll know you.
high rear diff gears? Or?
yeah. So it's just got better diff gear. So at the moment it's got, I think it's around about a 369. So yeah, that's basically more wheel speed, less slow. So that you get like more wheel speed with burnouts obviously means more spoke, better car control, little things like that. So that's just to go with your judging criteria, and yeah, it's been a few years in the making. Did start with 511 diff gears, which were better for the drag racing side of things, so getting off the line quicker, but not so much the wheel speed. So yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, Alan.
Cool.
Yep.
Oh, good.
It ended up in my possession. There was my grandfather's. He bought it new, and I bought it from his estate when he passed away. $300. It's now valued at about 24, which is, I think, a little bit undervalued when you see the other ones around the same for sale. Not quite original. It has a hotted up 6-cylinder in it with a 5-speed Chalika gearbox in it. It is the original colour of the car.
That's from back when Celikas were rear-wheel drive.
Yeah,
right?
yep. And when they were rear-wheel drive, so way back in the mid-80s when I bought it, these steel case Celikas gearboxes were put behind V8s and everything, so it was one of the things it was a good thing to do. Changed the back ratio, and now it is absolutely awesome to drive.
What's the ratio?
It's a 308 in the diff, and just the standard Celica gears in the steel case. But when I first did it, it was put in first gear, and you'd be changing into second straight away. You could just about start off in second and not worry
so
about first gear.
you actually
I made the gears taller.
I see.
So now when you put it in first gear, you can go up the road
So it's
and wind her up a bit before you have to change into second.
So it's a better street car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then when you're sitting out the road, because it's got 3 carbies on it, it's not bad on fuel.